Zeus, the king of the Greek gods, and Thor, the son of the Allfather. Two of the most powerful gods that Kratos ever faced off against. But let me tell you, in a fight between the two, well, it really isn't even close. What's up, guys? This is DanCo. I do fight breakdowns, power ranking videos, or more deep dives into your favorite characters and franchises, with new videos every week. So if that seems great to you, well, sit back and enjoy the video. Hit that like button if you want to, or hit the subscribe button while you're at it.
About time.
Thor is the Norse Aesir god of thunder and lightning and storms and strength, so he's kinda got a whole lot going for him here. Now, when Kratos found his way to the realm of Midgard and started adventuring around with his son Atreus, they began to run into some Norse gods. Gods like Baldur, Magni, and Modi, who all just happened to be Thor's two sons and his half-brother. And so Kratos did what Kratos does best. He killed the gods. And now Thor's out there looking for revenge. And you know what they say? Vengeance is best served with lightning. Being half-giant and Odin's firstborn son, Thor is the second most powerful Norse god out there, second only to Odin himself. He's powerful enough to slaughter almost every single giant, even kill some of them with a single blow, and he pretty much single-handedly brought the species to near extinction. Only the World Serpent was powerful enough to match up and fight against Thor, and their fight was legendary. Their fight was felt all over the Nine Realms, and it was so violent that it actually splintered Yggdrasil, the World Tree, a construct that transcends space and time and supports all of creation. And Thor was able to break it. And dude, it's not just that. Thor was actually able to punch the World Serpent and straight up send the snake back in time, which is something that Kratos couldn't even quite wrap his head around. Yeah, it's that crazy. And all that strength definitely translates over to how he fights Kratos too. At absolutely no point did Kratos manage to overpower Thor, while meanwhile Thor was pounding Kratos, straight up sending him miles away with some hits. Yeah, Thor is strong. And being the strongest and most powerful of the gods, safe to say that Thor is also ridiculously durable. At the very least, he's able to use that big gut of his to absorb some of the blows. He was able to take all sorts of attacks from Kratos and not really be injured by any of it, just easily shrug it off. Even some legit injuries, like getting impaled with spears or axes or swords. So yeah, Kratos might be a bit more reserved when it comes to legit killing gods in this game and going for that final killing blow, but he's still clearly not holding back here. As the god of the storms, Thor can obviously whip up some massive storms all around him. As the god of thunder and lightning, well, you can see where I'm going with that. He's got absolute control over electricity and lightning. He can rain down bolts of lightning all around him in a fight, manipulate lightning strikes to hit his enemies, and even straight up channel all that lightning through his hammer Mjolnir. Speaking of that hammer, Mjolnir is considered to be what you might call a super weapon. It's one of the most powerful weapons across all the Nine Realms. And when Thor starts swinging it around, especially when you combine lightning into the mix, well, Thor isn't just the mightiest warrior in all of Asgard. You could consider him to be the greatest warrior in any of the realms. He's been fighting for centuries. He's fought against countless powerful opponents. He's even single-handedly killed pretty much all the giants, just wiped out an entire race of warriors. Thor is easily one of the most powerful gods out there. No question about it. The king of the gods, is the ruler of Olympus, the son of Kronos the Titan, and the father of many gods and demigods, including Kratos. For a millennia, the gods of Olympus ruled all of creation, governing the fundamental forces of nature and order. And Zeus? Well, he ruled all the gods. Zeus is far and away the most powerful of all the Olympians, as he well should be. Zeus wields power no other god can possibly match, wielding much more power than even Gaia, the Titan embodiment of the earth itself. And we see that play out, completely dominating Kratos and Gaia at the same time with just one lightning blast. He can also throw lightning bolts all over the world. He can alter the weather in the Mediterranean with a breath, and has the physical strength to completely and totally dominate Kratos in a fight. He can take and survive beatdowns from Kratos. He's fast enough to completely blitz Kratos and even teleport throughout a fight. And then, of course, you can't overlook the creation of the Blade of Olympus. In order to do this, Zeus has to create a tornado that completely dwarfed mountains and manipulated the heavens, hell, the seas, and the earth in order to fill the blade with the powers of all of it. And not just that, he actually channeled and manipulated the power of the god of war Cosmos into the sword itself, meaning that it has enough power to wipe out the entire Titan hierarchy. So including galaxy and universal level beings like Kronos and Gaia. Now, who's ultimately coming out on top here? Or the more honest question, why does Zeus kinda dominate this fight? Well, the one thing that Thor does have over him is raw physical strength. He should be massively physically stronger. I mean, being able to shatter Yggdrasil is like one of the greatest strength feats in all of fiction. It literally transcends space-time, supports all of creation, and holds up infinite universes. And Thor broke it in his fight. That's a pretty great strength feat right there. He can shake the 9 realms. He's always going to be most known for his powerful hammer strikes. And the Norse gods are really just more physical fighters than the Greek gods, Zeus included. But that's really the only thing that Thor has going for him. He's a physical powerhouse who loves swinging his hammer around. Zeus is a different animal, much more magic and hacks based, and he just has more raw power too. For starters, while Thor was able to shatter Yggdrasil in his fight with Jormungandr, well, Zeus did something similar. He shook the underworld, the foundations of the world, in a whole separate infinite dimension, and he shook it with just his anger alone. And just Zeus's gauntlet gives anyone enough physical strength to overpower Atlas, who actually kind of functions as the Greek version of Yggdrasil, because he carries the entire Greek universe on his back. So Zeus has some insane feats as well. He's also just got an insane amount of hacks that he can use in this fight. Zeus can take a portion of Thor's power and place it in an object in order to make them come to life and fight Thor in his place. He can disable Thor's magic with his lightning. While Thor's lightning won't do anything to Zeus, he could technically completely strip Thor of his godhood and make him just a mortal. He could seal Thor away for forever, steal his powers with the Blade of Olympus, or even make a whole bunch of clones of himself with all the same powers and abilities. I mean, we can't forget the fact that Zeus single-handedly ended the Great War against the Titans. Did it with one shot too, after he created the Blade of Olympus. And remember, the Titans were the previous pantheon of gods in the Greek universe, on par with primordials and the Greek gods, and probably even the Norse pantheon too. Zeus, with the Blade of Olympus that he created from his own power, essentially one-shotted them all at once. Then there's both their fights against Kratos. And I'm not going to get into Greek Kratos versus Norse Kratos, which one is truly more powerful. That's a whole other video in and of itself. But let's just take a look at his fights against Zeus and Thor. Now, both of them have actually been able to kill Kratos before. That's very impressive. Let me get that out of the way. But in his fights with Thor, well, Kratos was never going all out and wasn't truly bloodlusted. He was holding back in their first fight for sure. Thor considered that Kratos was fighting on the same level as his sons Magni and Modi. The only time we saw the real Kratos was when Thor mentioned Atreus and he delivered that punch. Second fight, well, Thor was going all out for the kill here, while Kratos was still holding back. On several different occasions, you can actually see Kratos trying to talk Thor down and talk it out with him. But Kratos still won it here. His fights with Zeus are a little different. I mean, for starters, at the beginning of God of War 3, Zeus literally one-shotted both Kratos and Gaia with his lightning. And then Kratos had to get some serious power-ups in order to actually fight Zeus. He needed to be buffed up with Hades' soul and get the Blade of Olympus in order to fight here. And cause Zeus can literally grow stronger as the fight goes on, he was still able to fight Kratos the whole way. So Kratos needed the most powerful power in the entire Greek saga in order to actually win against Zeus, becoming the manifestation of hope, while Zeus was infected with the power of fear. And Hope Kratos is actually easily the most powerful version of Kratos we've ever seen, considering that before he was Hope Kratos, well, he was destroyed by Zeus and had all of his magic and his weapons and his items all destroyed in an instant. It took the most powerful version of Kratos ever to beat Zeus. Kratos could beat Thor while holding back. Even if Norse Kratos is more powerful than Greek Kratos, just on a base level, there should be no comparison here. Zeus is definitely more powerful than Thor, and it really isn't even close. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.